Hi, this is Heng. Today's topic is for kids how to successfully fight against your parents. I know this sounds ridiculous because as kids, we were always told that all parents want the best for you, always listen to them, they're always right. Which now I'm a parent now, I will tell you which is not true. First, not all the all the things that benefits kids are going to benefit the parents. For example, for my son, when I'm busy working at home, I sometimes want him to be quietly play Lego by himself so I can reply working emails and stuff. But for his best interest, he probably wants both parents to teach him, talk to him, and play with him. So with that kind of, when we do not have a common interest, when you have your own interest and your parents have their own interest, conflict is not able to be avoided. So parents are not always right either because anyone when they're fertile they can be parents if they choose to. So that's our first time being human in the world. So parents make a lot of mistakes. So when parents are treating you wrong, it's totally okay to fight against parents. But kids, I want to tell you, probably 90% of the times the parents are right. And what the parents tell you are the safe thing and the good thing to do. For example, when the parents tell you to be nice to others, or when the parents tell you be safe, do not cross the street without looking both sides, or when the parents tell you do not have sex too early, or if you decide to have sex, always have safe sex. Those are always very good advices. So listen to your parents most of the times. But if your parents are like humiliating you in front of your friends and families with some about something that is no big deal, I would encourage you to fight against them and set the boundaries. Okay, now we're done talking about why we're fighting our parents. Here are some advices of how to successfully fight against them. So, advice number one is that avoid being too emotional. Because when you are trying to state your reasoning to someone and insist your point of view, when you're being very angry or sad or screaming, it's very easy for the other part to assume that you were being unreasonable even when you have all the reasons to back you up. So before you have an argument with your parents, I would suggest you to calm down and calmly write down your reasons. And when you're talking to them, no yelling, no high pitched voices, no crying. Just very calmly state what you want to say. Okay, the second advice is that I want you guys to insist your standpoint. So parents can be, because parents have more power over the children, so when they say something that can be manipulative, but what if what you insist on is reasonable, you need to be very, very stable and really stand where you are and defend your point. Do not get tricked or moved by if they're crying, saying, "Oh, I love you so much. Why don't you love me?" Or when they say, "Oh, okay, how old are you? You can argue with me now. I'm like 34." All those things, do not get tricked by that. When you want them to stop humiliate you in front of your relatives, you can just insist on that. Repeat that very calmly over and over again. Whatever they say, you just say, "I understand what you feel, but I want you to stop humiliating me in front of our relatives. Just insist on it and repeat that over and over again. There's a very good book talking about how to stand up for yourself. The strategy is called a broken record strategy. Basically, you have your standpoint, just repeat it over and over again until the boundary is set. Okay, the third advice I would say is you can find help. So to find help, if they're abusing you, of course you can go find help from police and other organizations. If it's not as a big deal as abusing, but it's something that you want them to stop doing or start doing, you can always talk to people. For example, if you have a very nice aunt or uncle, you can always talk to them how you feel, and they, as adults, have the right to talk to your parents as equal people. That will help you to get what you want. Also, you can find authorities, because a lot of parents, they don't trust what the kids say, but if you can find journal articles or books or pieces of news of about those kind of topics, you can always collect them and put them in a place that they will read, and you can casually make them know that what they're doing to you is not right and they have to change. If they don't have a habit of reading newspapers and stuff, I think you can collect a lot of those information from authority and tell them you're doing a term paper or you're helping a friend to do something, and ask for their help to see if they can read those together and participate and talk about those issues with you without directly pointing out what you did to me is wrong. Basically, let them very softly being influenced by the media and other authorities. The next advice I found, which is always very useful, is that to encourage them or to praise them when they do something right. So with all those kind of warm encouragement, they will do it better and better. Those methods are called positive reinforcement. Basically, if your parents, they respect you or they said something nice in front of your relatives, when you come home, you can praise them very, very nicely. Tell them, I really appreciate what you have done, because as a kid, I have my own feelings, I have my own pride. I feel very, very honored you guys recognized what I have done right and let other people know, instead of pointing out what I didn't do right and humiliate me. So every time when they do something right, kind of in your direction, always give them very, very warm encouragement. So as time goes by, they're kind of trained to treat you right rather than keep humiliating you and do something not nice. Okay, kids, those are the advices so far I have for you to successfully win the battle against your parents. I hope, of course, a lot of parents, they love you, they want the best of you, so listen to them most of the times. But if you feel parents have too much power over you, they are walking all over you, and you feel depressed and totally stressed out, or you feel they are making you feel much, much less confident than you're supposed to be, I encourage you to fight, because all the boundaries need to be set between people, even they're your parents. So good luck, and I hope a bright future in front of you. Bye.